Hands down, one of my favorite Mustangs from the whole SEMA show. Hey everyone, I'm here with Jason and Jarrod from Trick Rides, and we're going to be talking about their 1969 all-carbon wide-body Mustang. So we're going to walk around this car together, share about it, and see what challenges they went through and anything else unique that they want to share about it. So let's go ahead and start. So talking about just the carbon fiber, first off, what made you guys go with all carbon fiber? It's the first of its kind like that.
I'll let you answer that one.
Well, really, because we, developed it in CAD and stuff.
Really?
Worked with carbon in the past, and it was really the easiest way to make the geometry of the car flow right, and for all the panels to look correct, and to get kind of what you see, where you don't have like big flared fenders and stuff, and it has like awkward shapes. That was kind of the whole idea. And then because it's in CAD, they were able to mirror both sides, so the car's perfectly asymmetrical on both sides. There's no differences in side to side fitment or measurements or any of that.
Very cool. Now, wide body Mustang. Why'd you guys decide to go wide body?
I think Jarrod and I really wanted Trick Rides to produce cars that are wild and bold, right? I mean, I've said this many times today, you see a lot of really awesome looking cars, don't get me wrong. I mean, just pieces of art, and we agree. But we didn't want that. We wanted bold and wild and a piece of art. Something you're like, what in the world is going on here? That's why we did a wide body. And we wanted the wide body to flow instead of just chunky fenders on it, right? And have it flow together, kind of shaped like an hourglass. That's what we were trying to accomplish, and that's why we did it.
Yeah.
Now, forming the design of making it all flow together, what sort of challenges did you guys run into with that?
Oh boy. So taking this fender from where it's at to back to a stock door skin height, because I didn't want the doors wider. I wanted it to look like an hourglass.
Okay.
That was a feat. And making that all flow together. We've built several Boss 429s together, and hood clearance has always been an issue. Like, what engine are you going to run? So we got to run this or run this spacer or whatever. So that's why the Scorched hood, you can pretty much fit anything underneath it. Whatever you want to put underneath it, it's gonna fit. So we had to make it all come together. And then with your splitters on the front, diffuser on the back, these are all functional to make air move away from the car instead of get stuck underneath it. So it actually pulls the car down. This is really having that all come together and work. That was the hardest part.
Gotcha. Now let's talk about that hood. Let's walk over here for a second. Is this a fully custom built hood that you guys put together by yourselves?
Yes, it is. Yeah. We designed it all in CAD, like I said, and we just pretty much took like your Boss 429 hood and just made it huge, is what we did in order for it to fit. And then also what we did is we, encapsulated all the headlights and everything where you don't have the mount on deals. Just kind of simplified that whole process, made it look a little cleaner, and all of that.
Let's talk about the engine now. What kind of engine did you put in here? Why did you go with that engine?
That's a John Kaase Boss 520 cubic inch engine, which is a 429, Boss 429 based engine. And probably why we went with it was just to kind of, again, be unique, and do something different. And because I think everybody expected there to be a Coyote in it, so it was like, let's do a, real crazy big block Ford, and like really like be like, oh wow, that's cool, that you did that. So that was kind of the drive towards that and the challenges that came along with it.
Right, because right here I can see you guys did the shock tower delete completely, and there's no tower even left. How did you guys create even those panels? What did you do? It was more CAD work there as well?
Well, no, those are actually, it's sitting on a Spec Series Roadster Shop chassis.
Oh, okay.
And so Roadster Shop actually supplies those closeout panels.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, whenever you buy their chassis, that's part of their kit.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So another thing I wanted to ask was the name Scorched. Where did you guys come up with the name Scorched?
Oh boy. So it comes after Scorched Earth. So basically, we thought it was kind of funny to build a car because this is going to be hard to replicate. To be able to do another wide body, so to someone, no, nothing against any builders out here, but it was more like, yeah, go ahead, try to copy this one. That's really what Scorched Earth is about. is, this is the end. This is the go ahead. In my opinion and design, it's probably one of the coolest 69s I've ever seen.
Hands down, it's one of my favorite Mustangs of the whole show so far. This is absolutely stunning. Like, I love it. What was your favorite thing about putting this project together?
Probably really just seeing it come together, like seeing renderings and CAD work of it and all that, and then as the builder to actually see it come to life. And like once you got like panels glued to the inner skeleton of the car and you're kind of actually getting to see what it's going to look like, was probably the most rewarding part, and everything work and come together. There had its challenges for sure, figuring out how to mount all this stuff where it all looks seamless and where it doesn't look like there's any hardware, or anything in existence was a good challenge. But man, our team back at home and stuff, we knocked it out. We were able to figure it out in a pretty short amount of time, and it really works well. And I wouldn't be afraid of anything coming off or anything weird like that happening.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your team back home. Where's home? How many people do you have on your team that help put this thing together?
There's a total of 6 of us.
Yeah.
And I'll let Jarrod read it. He works with these guys every day, I do too, but this is his forte about the guys.
I'll say our shop is in Yukon, Oklahoma.
Okay.
There's 6 of us total, us and 4 other guys. And yeah, we have a painter, we got 1 body guy, and then the rest of us do the assembly part. And we all kind of came together on this deal and got it done. We worked really well together. There were some very trying times and stuff. There was some hurt feelings and stuff a few times, but everybody pulled through, and we built something that we're really proud of.
And you should be. It's absolutely stunning. What does it mean to you guys to see all these people coming by, checking out this car, and just like, oh my gosh, how cool is this thing?
Really, like I told Jason last night, it's just really been surreal, to see a picture on the wall and to then be here and then see the feedback and how much people really like it and all that stuff. It's just to be from like a small town in Oklahoma. It's just, it's pretty wild, It's
to be here at SEMA, being recognized in Las Vegas, a huge city, absolutely.
For sure.
Let's go ahead and talk about your sponsors. Now, I know TMI was one of your biggest sponsors, if not the biggest, but then you also had Continental as well. What was it like working with TMI on this?
Man, those guys are great, especially whenever you're talking about custom colors, and I kept telling them, this is your booth. Here's the colors I want. But do you.
Oh, okay.
And they did. So literally that was no direction from any of us. I just said, I want this colors, and that's what we got in a box.
That's really cool.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Let's go ahead and check that out now. I love your door panels. I fully restored mine on my own, and I know the headache that went into doing all that, but this is just perfection. I've never seen something this clean before, and I've honestly thought about working with TMI too on mine because they just do such a good job.
They do. Jarrod may laugh at me, but I keep giving praise to the German square weave carpet. Because I've seen carpet, so many carpet kits, these molded whatever, and they'll have like a kink here or a bubble there. The German square weave comes in pieces. And so it lays so nice. And it's like one of the coolest things that they provided us for this build, in my opinion. Carpet's always been a picky thing for me. And this really came together well. It lays down smooth, really high quality. They also provided an Alcantara headliner in this car, which looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's a great company to work with. They're good people, and they're not giant business minded. They're they're very cooperative and real people.
I love to hear that. Now, what about this car, if any, is original?
It really is a 69 Mustang.
Right.
Yeah, we started with a real 69 Mustang.
Yeah.
And then just kind of chopped it down.
So the inner structure, so you can imagine it'd be like, sorry, I didn't jump in.
You're fine.
It's like taking someone's skin and ripping them off. It's that skeleton's left over.
Is that how you started? You just stripped everything off of it? And where did you
Exterior.
find the original car?
This is funny. It's what I do. He helped me too, by the way. He's found a few donors, but you just get on Craigslist or Facebook. It's just you randomly call. Hey, man, I'm checking on you.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
I found mine on Facebook Marketplace, and
Yep.
now it's my baby. But So did you find this from Craigslist in Oklahoma? It was available, so you guys could just.
Oh, this is from I don't even remember. Probably Facebook Marketplace or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. And we don't tell them who we are or what we're doing with it, because then it becomes, three times what it's worth. So we just play stupid and go get it.
We just play stupid and
Yep.
go get it. I love that. That's really cool. I don't want to forget talking about the rear end of this car, which is pretty unique in itself.
Thank
But before we do, the side vents,
Yes.
that looks really cool. Very
Thank you.
clean. I love that. What was the inspiration for that?
I've always liked the 69 Scoop.
Yeah.
And when I was working with a CAD designer in this, I kept on telling him I want it gigantic. And he's like, what? And I'm like, deeper, bigger.
I love that.
So I really wanted to accentuate that design and make it big. If you'll notice too, it's a bit angled.
It is, yeah.
The reason it is so it pushes air instead of going that way. It's actually pushing it around and hopefully making it to the brakes. It really doesn't need it, but it functions. It's open.
That's awesome. Let's go ahead and walk to the back. So we've got a notch going on right here.
Yes.
This is really impressive. I've never seen one. It looks similar to what like a California Special spoiler would be, but this comes straight up.
Correct.
That's the difference that I noticed, and it's notched.
Right. So the 69s, I wish this car was further forward, you could see, they all have this kind of square back, and I wanted to keep that,
Okay.
right? I wanted to keep this flow to look like a 69. And from the rear, Jarrod and I have talked about it. I mean, it really, you can't miss it. If you know what a 69 looks like, this is a 69. And that's why in design just kept this going. This is really like a stock spoiler, but much taller. You remember they're like that.
Okay.
They're little tiny spoilers. The notch is kind of a NASCAR thing. What I'd like to do in the future, maybe on a different model, is build another carbon fiber wing that bolts here and goes up, kind of a little double
cool.
wing,
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that'd be neat.
That's really kind of where I got that from. With some of the NASCARs and even those trucks, that they run real fast, and I saw the notch in them, and that's kind of where that came from.
Very cool. That's awesome. Start to finish on this project, from picking up the car and having it here at SEMA today, how long was that process?
So before the carbon or after the carbon?
Yes.
Okay, before the carbon, year.
So.
Yeah. After the carbon, 5 months.
Okay. Wow, that's not bad at all.
Oh.
And then bringing it here to SEMA, what was that? Because you shipped it in from Oklahoma, and then you got to drive it in here.
Yeah.
Was that just like a surreal feeling too? You're like, I'm driving this car into SEMA for literally hundreds of thousands of people to see. What was that like?
It was, yeah, for sure. It was real surreal. It was cool. We actually, instead of trying to get the semi in here, we just stopped out there in the middle of the street and unloaded it out there in the middle of the
Drove it
street
in.
and then drove it in. Yeah, so we were out there in line in the car, and just drove it in.
I'm all directing, as he's driving, and to see it rolling, I was like, I kept telling him, dude, it looks so sick.
Yeah.
This thing is sick. And I'm all getting everybody out, like, get away. It was so fun.
Is there anything else you want to share about this car that we didn't get to talk about today?
Time and design, a lot of people, when we said earlier, it took close to a year to design the car and get to the carbon, at least. So, after that, putting it together, I can say it's easy because he does all the work.
Yeah. We had some hiccups along the way. We had some parts failures, and we had your typical, little bit of problems here and there. SEMA crunch, we felt the effects the last couple of weeks, for sure. We'd all be lying if we said we didn't. We had some late nights, a couple of times. The day we tried to start it for the first time was a bad one.
Okay.
Really bad?
Yeah, really bad. Had some problems, and it just was bad, but we figured it out. We worked through it, and
We came together.
fixed it,
Yep.
and fixed it and got it running that day.
So right here we've got some carbon fiber meeting the paint. How was that for you guys?
I wanted color on the car. Jarrod and I think, both agree here on this, is that an exposed weave car completely really is just a gray car. And it doesn't take well in photos, right? It doesn't create a great reflection. So what we did is we designed it to where, you notice the weave pattern matches from the trunk to the quarter to show people that is a carbon quarter. And we did it all the way around. It went from the hood to the fenders as well. And all that weave pattern matches. So this entire car, if you were to strip the paint off, the whole weave pattern matches everywhere. Door to fender to quarter, everywhere.
Yeah, even the individual panels, the
everywhere,
and everything, it all goes the same direction.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
And then under the car.
To the diffuser. Yeah, that thing's insane.
You also got your logo here that looks really nice as well.
That tag is kind of a joke.
Okay.
That's an expensive tag. That's pre-preg carbon.
Okay.
And at the end, I was talking to the carbon manufacturers. They're wonderful people, by the way, and they've been a great partner. The Carbon Brothers in Wisconsin, great people. I said, man, I need something cool in the back of this car. I mean, we have some really nice, black tags that say Trick Rides. And I kept talking to him, and they actually did that in CAD. I have pictures of it, milled out a plug and made me a tag. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you about what that costs. I don't want to talk to anybody. My wife's here. But the diffuser on this car is so many pieces. The carbon manufacturer was here earlier, and he was just still complaining about. You got to think, because each edge is a piece. You can't pull a mold like that. So that's a piece, that's a piece, that's a piece, that's a piece. It's insane.
And it's all bonded together.
And then it's all bonded.
How does it bond together?
So you use a carbon bonding agent. Okay. Then you prep it, and then you clamp it, and then it all just dries overnight.
And you do it on top of a mold, and then just move the mold out, and then.
No. They'll take each piece in like a fixture.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
It's crazy. He said this is one of the hardest parts he's ever done.
Seriously?
Yes.
And he's worked on these for a long time.
Yes.
Huh? Wow.
Yes. I did the back. I'm a big McLaren fan.
Oh, me too. Aren't those awesome?
I love McLarens. My wife knows I run to every McLaren. The swoop is really kind of a McLaren thing, where they've had that in some of their cars, and it meant something, to me in design. I'm like, I really want a little swoop, because there's a lot of square edges on this car. So now you have this little rounded. McLaren's known for everything round instead of square. So kind of added a little touch to that.
Yeah, very cool. And I see the exhaust pipe down here coming out too. That's even different than I've seen before.
That's his magic. Yeah. Like, to get 3-inch, this is 3-inch exhaust that's tucked, and to have these tips centered. I don't want to tell you about the cussing and yelling and.
But that's the truth of the story, right? There is that. That's the honesty.
Jared, I want them centered, bro, and this is what we want.
Yeah,
Make
this
it happen.
Is reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to mention the bezels and the gauges. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So the bezel itself is manufactured by Mustangs to Fear. They're out of Indiana. It's a very small company. It's an ABS material that's brushed aluminum. What's really cool about this is we partnered with AutoMeter, and they made a custom gauge just for Trick Rides. It's a carbon fiber gauge, and if you notice, it has our actual logo that has been printed on it in manufacturing from AutoMeter. And they've come over several times during the show. We're so proud to work with AutoMeter. Like, it's such a great brand and a great gauge itself.
And then walking to the front of the car, we've got these awesome vents going on right here. How were those made?
So I wanted a honeycomb style gauge, and if you notice the tight radius inside the honeycomb, it really can't be machined in aluminum. So we had all these done in 3D printed resin. The first try we did it in ABS. Looked okay, but the quality was eh. So then we moved on to a resin style printer, and finding somebody to print pieces that big, their high quality, was not an easy task. We got it done. We found somebody in New Mexico actually does interior 3D printing, and he was happy to do them for us. It's pretty crazy, but it worked.
It looks so nice. I've never seen that type before, anything like that.
Thank you.
Really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hands down, one of my favorite Mustangs from the whole SEMA show. Really appreciate your guys' time today. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Hopefully we'll see you guys again soon.